Good morning, YouTube. Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today, I'm going to walk you through ungating. It's going to be a quick one, but it really isn't, I don't see it as that complicated, so it should be a pretty short video here. All right, let's do the scenario. You're starting to sell on Amazon and you're like, but I can't sell in these categories or these brands. What do I do? You need to get what they called ungating. It is proving to Amazon that you know how to purchase reputable products, not fakes, to sell on their platform. Their whole process doesn't really weed out people that sell fakes, but that's what the intent of it is. So thank you for joining me today, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this specifically for grocery, exactly what item to purchase, and what you need to check off your box. It is currently, what are we on? Tuesday, the 29th of August, 2023. And I like to say the dates in all my videos because Amazon's information does change dramatically over the years and different things become gated. Some get locked down, some don't. So I want to show you the whole process, and then whether you're applying in a week from now or 6 months from now, you know what to look for and how to make sure that you still get ungated, even if things have changed a little bit. So first up, I wanted to put out just a basic overview of what ungating is. There are different levels of ungating. There is category, brand, and ASIN level. So the only time I ever see ASIN level is really with brand new Nikes or shoes that are just coming out. For category and brand, you can use the same invoice to use it to get both. So if you're trying to go into Q4, like most of us are prepping for Q4 right now, and you want to be able to sell toys and Barbie, you're going to get an invoice with 10 Barbies. You can use it to ungate for toys, use that same invoice, and then apply and get it for Barbie. You have to do the application twice. You can't streamline it. I wish you could. But keep that in mind if you're looking around and you want to double dip an invoice so that you don't have to purchase it again. Down below, I have links to kind of all the main stores that are popular for ungating. Keep in mind, none of what we're going to show you in any ungating video or process is there to make you money. So if you want to make money off of your ungating as well, you're going to have to dig around and try and find that. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. All right, so we've talked about levels of ungating. You're going to find a product that is in the category that you're looking for. Sometimes things are in different categories, and you might be looking at toothpaste and you want to get ungated for Crest. Well, that might be under the, the health category, and it sometimes falls under the beauty category. So you're going to make sure that you find a product in the category you are looking for. Next step is to find a reputable source. People ask me this all the time. Well, how do you know what's a reputable source? It's somebody that Amazon has already dealt with, that they already know exists. It is a well-established company. They know what the invoices are. If you just go out to the internet and you find some Shopify store that's been up for 2 seconds, that is not going to get you an invoice that will work. So again, down below in the comments, or not in the comments, but whatever, in that description part, I have the most common stores that have known invoices that will work. Again, if you want to go out to somebody that you don't know, that's not vetted by the community here, and try it out, you're welcome to do so. You're taking a gamble. I'm showing you how to get it ungated, like for sure. And if you want to gamble, you can gamble all you want. All right, you're going to find your source. You're going to purchase 10 items. Usually you have to make an account with with the distributor, the wholesale that you're dealing with. You're going to purchase 10 of the items that you are applying for. You can break that up. Let's say you're doing Nike socks and you find a place that sells Nike socks and you want to buy 3 of this, 3 of this, and 4 of that. You can. It makes the invoice a little bit more complicated, thus taking your chances down of an easy ungate. People do it all the time and it works. I don't like making my invoices complicated. I'd rather pay up an extra $20 or lose an extra $20 than to have it questionable and keep trying and waste my time and money. You need to make sure all of the account information is correct. Holy smokes. I've seen people who, well, it was my wife's account. Well, it was my brother's account. Well, it's not matching your Amazon information. So whatever information Amazon has, your invoice needs to match that. That is your name. That is your location. Anything that's information on there, it needs to match up with what Amazon has on file. Now, you can have multiple addresses on file with Amazon, and you can have some different names associated with your Amazon account. But let's say I bought it and it's my Amazon account and I bought it under my husband's name. Sometimes that doesn't always work. Sometimes the last names will match up, but again, you're adding extra complexity into something that you don't need to. So set up those accounts with the information that you have on Amazon. Once you make your purchase and you get that invoice, you need to annotate it if needed and use it to apply. Annotation is simply opening up the PDF and or print, taking the actual invoices, getting your highlighter out, and I use a blue pen. I do that so that Amazon doesn't think I'm trying to Photoshop anything. So either take the piece of paper, highlight, and use a blue pen, or open it up in a PDF editor and add anything that Amazon is requesting that is not there. So if the application says they want to see a website, annotate in the website. It's not, you just drop in a text field and type in, copy paste the website in there so that Amazon has all the information they need. Don't think they're going to go and like Google the company that you're, applying with and they're going to go Google and vet it out. No, they want to have that all at their fingertips. You need to make it easy peasy for them. All right, let's go into the actual stuffs now. Let's say you want to know, should you apply? Do you need to apply? What you're looking for is the apply to sell button. So right there. I need my coffee in the morning. In order to find this item, I went and found it and then I copied and pasted in the ASIN. But if you're like, I don't know what I need to get, you can either go to Amazon side and do some research or come over here and do some research. You can just type in grocery item or maybe crackers or something. I don't know, whatever you're trying to do, but you're trying to find a product here that has the apply to sell button. That's the button you're looking for. If you don't have this apply to sell button, don't do it. You're not going to get it. You're either going to have an already okay button to sell, or it's going to say not taking applications right now. And no matter how much you buy or how much you complain or contact them, if you don't have the apply button, it's not going to work. Once you click that apply button, it's going to say, does your account qualify? And it says here, you need to approval to sell Frontier branded items, grocery and gourmet, and another Frontier co-op branded. So Frontier branded and co-op branded. You're looking for this request approval button. Once you click that, it is going to get you to this page and you're going to click reseller distributor. And this is what you're looking for. You need to have, I want it right there. Perfect. You want this to say grocery and gourmet foods if you're applying for grocery and gourmet foods. You want the submit document button here. There we go. Now my face isn't covering it. You need to have these two parts, the document and the pictures. You will need to submit the document and the pictures. If you don't have this and you get a different screen or something, there's ones with walkthroughs where you answer some questions and then hit the apply button. That's kind of a nice, easy ungate. But for the main ones, grocery, health, beauty, you're looking for this particular page. If you have this page and you have found this item at a reputable distributor, you've now matched it up. You've got a match and you can move ahead with purchasing and using that to apply. All right, let's go through the submitting documents, what we're going to need. It needs to be dated within 180 days. It can't be very old, but you've got a little while. So, you can apply and have 180 days to get it done. It needs to include your name, address, matching the information on your selling account. Include the name, address of the manufacturer distributor. Show the combined purchase of at least 10 units. So if you are doing, let's go back to toothpaste in the health category, and the Amazon listing you're trying to list on is a 2-pack of toothpaste, you need 20 toothpaste because that is 10 2-packs. Okay. You can omit the pricing. I have never omitted pricing. I don't think I've ever omitted pricing for Amazon. I just leave it up there. Whatever. Please note we may verify this document. They will call vendors on occasion. It's not every vendor, but they will call, they will Google, they will go and look at the Google Maps and make sure that it is actually a real building in there. So don't, if you try to Photoshop or go with a company that does some sort of shenanigans here, you are risking deactivation, and that is a hard deactivation. There was a few years ago, some company was selling Ungate information for an arm and a leg, and everybody got, they were selling documents that had been Photoshopped, and they would just Photoshop in the next customer's name, and everybody got shut down. It was quite the drama in the Amazon world. Okay, next is pictures. You must provide photos of the physical product, not computer generated. They want to see it in your hand. I always submit photos with my hand in it. They tend to go through quicker. That or on the desk. I usually have my hand somewhere in the frame so that they see that it's a physical product. Each side, this means top, bottom, left, right. There's going to be 6 photos. So back, front, top, bottom, side. And, do the whole thing. It's got to be, even if you, the top of a spice is not going to be that pretty, or, there's nothing there. They still need to have those pictures. Must include the model number, name of the product, or both. And then, this one is important too, including the ingredient list. So I would do 7 pictures total. Front, back, top, bottom, left, right, and then a very zoomed in of the information, what's included in it, the ingredient list, that information part of the product. Pictures must include the name and physical location. That's usually in that whole part. You can get it all in one frame. If not, you can take 2 pictures. That's all right. I would not submit more than, say, 8 or 10 pictures total. But you're going to do at least 7 to 8 there. Important information such as warning and directions must use the local language of the country. So that's pretty self-explanatory there. You're going to put all those pictures here. Make sure you're using PDF, docs, PNG, GIF, JPEG. You got to follow these instructions. And then optional comments. Sometimes I will put the ASIN right here. So, whatever the ASIN is, I'll just copy and paste it here. And then email address. I always put my email. I never put my phone number, but that's me. Again, I don't admit pricing. I don't do phone number. All right. Now, how did I find this? Let's talk about our source. Frontier Co-op is known for having legit invoices. People have used them to Ungate for, I don't know, at least 5 years, maybe 10 years. I don't know. Long time. You're going to go to the Frontier Co-op. You're going to go to their wholesale button, which was, it was up here. You just click on it up here. Find the wholesale. They have 2 different types of accounts. They have a $10 account. They have a free account. If you're going to order a bunch for them, then maybe the other, maybe this membership one is better for you. But for Ungating, I would just do the free account. They're going to ask you for some information. This is what's nice about this company is they're not asking for your reseller permit and the EINs and all of that. It's pretty simple. You've got your company information here. Billing information. Same as company information usually. Type of business, you're going to select online retailer. If you want to do retail, you can. I would pick online retailer. And then online account information, first, last, email. Get a password, hit agree, submit for approval. Wait for your approval. I have had people that used the consumer side and not done a wholesale account and have submitted and been successful. But again, it's adding an extra layer of complexity. Once you get approved, you're going to purchase tandoori seasoning. Why tandoori seasoning? Because I already found it for you, and it's this listing right here. This listing is this ASIN up here. You can pause the video. You can paste it, or you can just type in Frontier Co-op Organic Tandoori Masala Seasoning and find it. It is not going to make you any money. You can see the margins are 17 cents. So you're probably going to lose $2, $3 a jar times 10. This is going to be a $30 to $40 Ungate purchase. Gotta get some more coffee here. Can you find other things? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can sit here and you can find the seasoning that you like the most, or that maybe will make a little bit more money. Go ahead and do that work if you want. I'm not going to sit there and do that. I found the first one that I could find on both sides and went, done. That's it. That's all I need for said video. I like Marsala seasoning, so I would be fine purchasing and eating that cost and having it just be disposed and use it for my family. When you are doing any sort of ungating, the chances that you're going to find something that's easy and you make money is pretty slim. It's either going to be hard and you'll make money, or it's going to be easy and you're going to lose a little bit of money. And the goal is to get ungated, right? If your goal is to make money, wait till you're ungated and then you can go find lots of things that make money all day long. But for purposes of this video, this one is a pretty simple thing. It matches everything we need. It's got a source that they're looking for. The grocery is what the goal is to get ungated in grocery. Can you sell this on Amazon? Absolutely. If you wanted to sell it and make less of a loss, let's say you find a spice and it cost you $3, and if you sold it, you'd make $1. That's a net loss of $2, and you're fine with that. You've lost a little less money, but you hate Marsala seasoning. You would never eat it. Sure, go ahead and sell it once you get it in and take that loss. I like to use my ungating stuff as just kind of a wash. I either lose a little bit of money or I just damage it out and give it away for Christmas or use it in the kitchen, whatever the case may be. So now that we've got our item, I typically will add stuff to my cart. That's why I have $1,300 in my cart. If I'm whatever I'm doing with stuff in the cart. You cannot take these pictures and use them, but this is kind of the information you're going to want to see and use. Do not ever use stock photos for your approval to get in there. If you are just hunting around and you're trying to match all this up, it's going to take a little bit of work. You know, I have, again, suppliers down below for anything you're looking for. And it just takes a little bit of work. You're going to go to your supplier site, see what they have, and then go to Amazon and see if there's something that matches up, and then go to the apply page, paste in that ASIN, and see if you get the apply button. And then you need to have the trifecta. The apply button needs to be there. It needs to be on Amazon. And then you need to have the distributor where you can get 10 units of it. Once you get it and you've annotated your invoices and you've submitted it, it usually takes about 2 days and you are good to go. Now, for everybody that's private labeling and they're doing their own private label thing and they're stuck and they're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do for ungating. There is possibilities of getting your item from China and using that invoice and trying to apply with it. I don't see much success in that strategy. Unfortunately, most suppliers over in China, sometimes they're not in the right language. Your invoices aren't in the right language. The translations are really crummy when you try to do it like a translation service. And Amazon can't really vet those suppliers. So it is, in my opinion, better to go and get ungated using, you know, like I said, it's $30-$40. The time you're going to take to try and get the supplier over in China is not worth the $30-$40. It's like, get the $30-$40, get it done, get ungated, get your private label over and get selling. The other problem with that is getting something in hand. A lot of times when I deal with people that are going straight from Alibaba to Amazon business model, they don't have the actual product in their hand. So let's talk about that for a second. You're going to get your, I have overnight oats with fresh peaches. They're awesome. All right, so you're going to get your jar of spice. You're going to hold it in your hand. I will usually have my desk in the background or sometimes the floor, something that denotes that it's not a stock photo. You're going to do front, back, side, 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 bottom, top, zoom in on that label, take those pictures in the PDF and submit them each in a PDF. Don't try to put them all in a Word document and then send the Word document. That gets clustery. Just send them all in PDF, JPEGs or PNGs are usually my go-to for those photos. You don't need them to look pretty. You want your hand in there. You want them to look like real life photos because they've had such a problem with photoshopping and people trying to do stock photos. If you're working with your manufacturer in China, you might be able to get them to do this for you instead of trying to send you a product to then take pictures. because that, anybody over in the factory can go grab your product and then take pictures for you. You have to be very specific, though, that you want all the sides, the top and the bottom. That's the number one thing I've seen rejected on Frontier Co-op spice applications, is people not doing the top and the bottom of the spice jar. It's such an easy miss. If you get rejected, Amazon will reject, and sometimes they will tell you why. Sometimes you have to guess why. Not guess, but look at your thing, go through that list. Where was it? Let's see here. Look at your rejection and go through each one of these. Is it dated correctly? Does it include your name and address? Does it include the name and address of the manufacturer? I would even put a name and address and website of the manufacturer. And I annotate in that information if it's not available. Does it show the combined purchase? And all of these, the photographs. Make sure your photographs are good as well. With Frontier Co-op, I believe, and for most, you have to wait until you get the product shipped to get that invoice. The invoice shows Amazon that you have paid and completed the purchase. It is not a receipt. It says invoice on it. Have I annotated invoice on a piece of paper? Absolutely. I have done that. It may or may not say invoice. Sometimes you get emails, and I've used email confirmations of purchases like TONKY for toys for Squishmallows. I think I went to their online and did their order detail page and printed that to PDF and annotated in their address. Or something else I annotated in. The ASIN, the address, because the address wasn't on it. Something else. Anyhow. And every once in a while, I'll get like email confirmations, and I can print the email to PDF, and then that way they can see my email with my account, my name, my info. And if it doesn't say invoice, I will annotate invoice somewhere at the top. And again, I'm using blue to dictate that it is annotated and not tried to Photoshop. I also won't line it up very particular. You know how if you're trying to Photoshop, you're trying to line up everything and make the fonts all the same and line it up exactly. I'm not doing that. I am literally like if I were to take it out and write it, but I'm doing it in electronic form. All right, guys, I hope this helps you out. I hope I've covered every which way that could be problematic. I wanted to talk just one more second on the invoice. If you're doing multiple products, you're going to want to annotate in each ASIN on what you're doing. So let's say I did the Tiki Marsala, and then there's another. That's a good complexity I'll talk about really quick. There's another one that I had found right before this that is a Chinese 5 spice. I believe on one side it's called like Chinese spice and one side it's called 5 spice. Anyhow, it's the same product. It's on Frontier Co-op, but it is under Simply Organic brand name and not Frontier Co-op brand name, but they're both under grocery. So I could technically use, if things went well and reps were not stupid, I could use that invoice and buy 5 and 5 and get the grocery Ungate. But then if I needed Frontier Ungate, the other one does not match up. That comes back to making sure everything match. So for purposes of this video, I went with the Frontier instead of the Simply Organic, but Frontier Co-op does sell Simply Organic as well. So if you wanted to get Ungated for grocery and Frontier and Simply Organic, you would need to buy 10 and 10, and that invoice would work for grocery, and then you could use it for Frontier Co-op, and then you could use it for Simply Organic. Switching this up, let's say you wanted to get Barbie and Hot Wheels and toys, and you go, to Sheffer.com and you buy 5 Barbies and 5 Hot Wheels, that would get you ungated for toys, but now you're stuck with the gating on Barbie and Hot Wheels, and you only bought 5 of the product. So then you'd have to go buy 5 more, submit 2 invoices, and it gets a little bit more complicated. Whereas if you just bought 10 Barbies, you could use that invoice for toys and then Barbies. Does that all make sense? I hope it does. I hope it's cleared up some confusion out there that I see in the world. And I've got to get moving on with my day. So if this video helps you guys out at all, please give it a thumbs up. Leave comments, questions, suggestions down below. We do one on both Tina and I. We have a Facebook group. We do our live shows on Friday. come, post a comment question in our Facebook group. We have our BOLO groups going. We are starting up the member BOLO group, which is member shared BOLOs. That's the one that I run. I take the head on that one because I absolutely love going and finding stuff during Q4, and that's getting ready to launch here. So if you want to join us for that, we welcome you there. And then if you are like diving into bundles and or private labeling, I encourage you to join our bundle group where we go through all the things with bundles. We will be doing a Halloween one here too. That's on my list, I think, to knock out today, is an in-depth from start to finish, sourcing products, making a bundle, listing the bundle, all of the things going in there. And we do a lot of one-on-one support. And then last, if you want just a one-on-one walkthrough for whatever, we do have Fiverr one-on-one gigs down below that you can make an appointment. That's what I'm going to go off and do right now. And I help people set up accounts and do some crazy things in Amazon, but it's awesome and I love doing it. So take care, guys. Have a great day.